Good day. I am once again Cheve, Iver, Refrea, and I will be discussing this time the codes for Quiz 2. And once again, I hope you follow along as I break down its code and explain them. So let us proceed. So first off, we would be discussing the problem involved. The requirement of this particular activity is to compute for the total monthly salary of the sales agent. In this situation, there are three types of sales agents: the regular, the probationary, and the trainee. A regular is required to meet 80 sales per month. On the other hand, the probationary is required to meet 60 sales per month. And lastly, the trainee is required to meet 40 sales per month. The commission is 250 pesos per sale. Moreover, there is an additional 400 pesos for every exceeding sale or bonus sale. However, there is a 50 peso deduction for every sales shortage. Lastly, the company will also deduct 500 pesos to the employee's total salary. Let us now proceed with the program. So upon choosing to run the program, the user is greeted with the text 1 regular, 2 probationary, and 3 trainee in line 1. This serves as a guide so the user may select his or her own appropriate agent status. This is thanks to the function of fprintf, which allows text to be displayed. Next, another text is also presented to the user. This is the text enter agent status, which is located in line 3. Input function displays the text in prompt and waits for the user to input a value. After the user has inputted his or her own agent status, the text enter actual sales would appear, wherein it asks the user how many he or she sales she or he has made for the month. The code for this is located in line 4. For line 6, if represents the first conditional statement of the code. If the user inputs 1 for his or her agent status, then the program would identify that he or she is a regular, and thus the program knows that he or she has a quota of 80 sales, which is stated in line 7. For line 8, else if represents the second conditional statement of the code. If the user inputs 2 for his or her agent status, then the program would identify that he or she is a probationary, and thus the program knows that he or she has a quota of 60 sales, which is stated in line 9. For line 9, else represents the final statement of the code. Line 10. So if the user inputs 3 for his or her agent status, then the program would identify that he or she is a trainee, and thus the program knows that he or she has a quota of 40 sales, which is stated in line 11. So for line 15 to 19, this portion now focuses and assesses whether the user has reached his or her required quota for the month. So line 15 represents whether that particular sales agent has surpassed his or her quota. Then, line 16 declares that the sales agent reached his or her required quota. Line 17, on the other hand, represents the other situation in which that person is short of his or her required quota. Line 18 declares that the sales he or she has garnered is his or her total sales for the month. For line 21, this portion determines the sales agent's total commission for the month. The formula is 250 multiplied by new sales, which is the amount of how many sales did the person make for that particular month. For line 22, this portion determines the sales agent's excess sales or bonus sales. The formula is Y, which represents the total sales made by that person for the month minus the required quota he or she needs to meet per month. And for line 23, this portion determines the amount of shortage sales that the sales agent had. The formula is equal to the negative bonus, since it is the opposite after all. So for lines 25 to 29, this portion just basically dictates that employees who did not reach their respective quotas and employees who exactly reach their respective quotas with no bonus sales would have no bonuses at all. For line 25, it states that if the employee has exactly reached his or her own quota with no excess sales at all, then line 26 recognizes that the employee's bonus for that month is 0. And for line 27, if the person fell short of his or her respective quota, then line 28 recognizes that the employee's bonus for that month is also 0. Now, for line 31, this portion tells us how much is that person's bonus for his or her total salary. The formula is 400 multiplied by how many excess sales did that person make in that month. It is 400 since that is how much a single bonus or excess sale is worth. For line 32, this portion determines how much money would be deducted to that person's total salary for the shortage of quotas category only. The formula is 50 multiplied by the amount of sales that person did not meet. It is 50 since for every missed sale, there is a 50 pesos deduction. For line 33, this portion determines the total salary of the sales agents for the month. There is a 500 peso deduction since that is the company tax. And lastly, line 35 displays the total salary of the sales agents for the month. So that is basically the flow of the code. I hope you follow along as I explain and break down the code. Thank you for watching.